Attention, all citizens. Attention, all citizens. Stand by for an important announcement from the President of the Society. This announcement will bring you the result of the deliberations of the World Federation Council. Attention, all citizens.
Below the lamppost, hands no work. His phantom man plans to demand and usurp. Joe citizen, living in the middle of murk and filth, simple and some jeans and a shirt. He knows evil sees from the eyes of the world. He shows working people what it means to own wealth. These foes embody greed so nobody can feed and grow upon the seed that's sown beneath your feet. Pipe dreams buried amongst the asphalt. Why sleep when everything's like an axe drum? Stop practicing tragedy is apparent and hammering at your sanity. Phantom on the attack, what's that? Fact of the matter, we all citizens. Work hard, statutes got us whispering. This is a class act, plan revolution and prove that you understand. We here building a movement. No assuming that humans will just get it. Industrial complex was invented to pump pistons. Crushed under the weight of the 40 hours I've worked to put food on my plate. I am citizen.
I am citizen. I am citizen. I am citizen. I am citizen. I am citizen. I am citizen.
Despite official denials by leaders of the free world, sources now confirm the existence of a phantom army. Their mission, to preserve freedom and justice, battling the forces of tyranny and evil in every corner of the globe.
That is not reality. Your life is reality. You must learn to understand and accept it. It is as it is, and it will be until the day you die. That is the only reality. The only reality.
The only reality.
Not this time. Not this fucking time. No, not this fucking time. No fucking way, no fucking way. No fucking way, no fucking way. You made me look a right cunt. Like a right fucking Mr. Confused. What's he doing? It's too late, fast, too late, fast, too late. Machinery is running by itself. That's not the machinery. The machinery is what you call God. I cannot stop it any more than I can. Than a bullet can stop being fired by a gun. I'm a man. Alone. Waiting up to see. Spin the wheel aside. It's too late. It's too late. It's too late. Crisis in conscience, conflict on my mind. Another day of decay. Impatience is where I'm stuck. Freeze framing. I've been idle a while in this state. Endlessly filing papers, hoping for an escape. Fatal agreement with obedience is feeding me a great deal of uncertainty. Impervious to worthlessness, these words possess an urgency. And with a bitter earnest, turn my lack of purpose to burn in a furnace, determined to turn this further to work for the rights of the persons asserting their right to survive. So I ally, take time, be one with the beehive, calibrate my mind. Break bread with the makers who hate the state. In place of the same relations, populations jaded, lost in a concrete playgrounds of mayhem. Stake a claim or break down, like the flowers you lay on the ground of the grave. For the hours you wasted away in a mountain to nothing, I feel so afraid. So I lock all the doubt away in a box and just persist. Employee here for his check, while under his eye I just exist. Stuck staring at a coffee while the sky cracks. Fearmongers sell solutions while the problems grow at exponential rates across the nations. We face extinction while officers are occupied by heads who line the pockets of big business. Antithesis to giving back. I bear witness to the status quo. Addicts to the cash, and action leads to growth. Not for us as it implodes. We cope by knowing, mobilizing folks already skipping rope. Here to evoke, foot to the throat of draconian omens. This moment in time is revoked. Zero, fear no peer, hello. And so the story it goes. I will throw stones till the glass is broke. Silence and right mind in the mic. Flight risk, hide not in a system designed for the mighty ride rulers shining their fool's gold. Meanwhile, people are denied. I see it as mortified. All the while, caught behind four walls that I need to survive. So I comply with my orders and do not resist. Employee lacking importance, so in their eyes and just exist.
rugged and untamed beauty. A land whose people held fast to the old ways. As the times changed, the people slowly embraced the mandate of a new world. A unified government emerged.
Technological progress is ultimately the most important driver of incomes, of growth in developing countries. When we take a look at who are the good performers in terms of income growth, in terms of improving living standards, those are the countries that have the highest rate of technological progress.
Don't miss a luncheon, fuck me, number crunching. We need that shit to function, don't tip the budget. They'll be in the architect stuff, always into something. They ain't lift, but they think amongst you. Gotta catch an aloof from the infrastructure, so you never get a glimpse of the different cultures. Get a fed to a family of business vultures. Got that liquid crystal shapes in your pocket and up. You wanna use that fucking information for the profit. They wanna concentrate, techno poverty, make you sit in place. The crystal red Disney Dutchy pixels just hit obliterate. Insufficient back for the funds. I hit the branch with a fuck you and a thanks. And you can rob a bank with a gun, but you can rob entire countries with a bank. Centties anywhere that's lacking in advertising and gambling laws. Getting it dead on the sports bet and land on the sword. They take the lives of your money in the land that was yours. 22nd century colony shit round of course.
Sorry. Everything around me. President.
From the afterlife stressing you.
Everything around me.
President.
Think global, act mogul. Rapid expansion, advancing a means to demand. Brand and production with all the wonders of tech. Overcoming fundamentally corrupt and obfuscating the functional end. World Wide Web, intelligence is artificial and we don't know shit. Controlling all the markets with a one push click. The wonderment of new discoveries plundered by companies to drum up hyper funds with every kit. None of the silicon millions are one. Funneling under the working alum. Even with smoking a gun, open and shut. Nobody comes to adjust the imbalance of management. Stacking the capital from the inadequate salaries. Damages marvel and acts. We're not in the past, here where we at. Hazard a guess, practice the same as the factory manufacturing. That's beyond mass. Shoot the position, newest means to recruit. Move to the new frontier, get computing or see what they do.
$70,000, $80,000, $100,000. Money is no object. It is style and flash, and above all, the decadence of sheer expense.
Oh, that's nice. You are very lucky, madame. Mesdames et messieurs, un banco d'1 800 000.
200.
There is still 800,000. Merci beaucoup, mesdames et messieurs, pour la consommation.
Automobile pattern, over there. Everybody on your feet. Cooperate and you won't get hurt. Put all your money in jewelry. 30, safe.
You know, you don't look awfully happy.
When I see you dead.
Slot machine, dishonoring needs. Gambling your property, risking it for the profit. Following prosperity like a Rasputin prophecy. Placing all of your dollars on the roll of a dice. Stay stakes are high. Snake eyes, hypnotized, place all faith in a game that takes play. If fate aim for a place unattainable. Rock, paper, cat losses held hostage to that economic poverty, robbing you properly. Stocking your numbers like there's no stopping greed. Hollow currency feeding you with despondency. Fuck it, like there's no stopping me. Cream in the crop of all that they got, and the odds of being better is never when you're just better off. Cut your loss, trust your dosh at opportunity. Probability stacked, benefits don't match the cost of the venom of this impunity. Oozing through every vein of the concentrated minority, sucking up all the profits. Russian roulette, like where do we stop? Race to the bottom and then taking the lot. Playing the table with an ace up the sleeve in a game where you were never really able to leave. What? Spin the wheel, try your luck. Spin it, spin it, spin it. Yeah. Dare to win, try your luck. Win it, win it, win it, win it, win it. Given a chance as a winner, be grinning. The trick is it isn't as quick as it figures. The limits are bigger than any remittance you think that'll trickle to you. Never no hand of a fist in a minute. You're living with nothing. Imminent slip if your currency currently trumping your chances and money. In summary, don't be a winner. Never know winners. Never settle for tricks. Never know winners. Never settle for tricks. Ching goes everything. When your chips are down, sell the crown. Nah, that'll never happen. Know what I mean? You fiend for the bling. You'd rather be departed than to have to part with your things. Itching the palm, simpleton wishing for life and never harm. Downcast, half mask for the master and none. Time and again, bet on the mess of the present while pressing your head to the curb, bouncing a check. Threadbare and indebted, no reset, and your credits in the red. We function lugging all of that debt, performing ordinary tasks from now to the end. No wonder you wonder if there's something more like cornucopia instead. You owe the joker more than the deck. It's over. So many suckers folding numbers in a system underlings to funds indentured to a sum that you will never win. Pit and pendulum swings. Be clever, weather the storm. Beware of giving up funds if it's more than you bring. Russian roulette, it's the order of things. Race to the bottom or you're chasing the rings. Playing the table with an ace up the sleeve in a game where it's all about the ching. Spin the wheel, try your luck. Spin it, spin it, spin it. Yeah. Dare to win, try your luck. Win it, win it, win it, win it, win it.
Item, time capsule that is immortal. Watching it being buried, you knew these people were serious about the end. 5,000 years. 5,000.
It's been 32 days since I was last outside. For all I know, there may not be anyone left out there to hear what I'm about to record. In a matter of only a few days, I've watched as the world was ripped apart and its people destroyed. There's no more food, no more water, no more help. But the major cities of the world all have been either partially or completely destroyed. To survive the initial blasts are mindless, battered monsters. They run in packs like wolves and feed themselves on anything they can find. The thousands of corpses began to disappear from the streets as they roamed and fed themselves. So if I must die, I prefer to do it here quietly where they can't find me, 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 find me,
And it moves slow, tomb over the feudal, forming a new approach. And so it grows like the towers of Babylon, powerful endowment devouring us by the hour. So we walk alone, stripping the bones of the hopeless, even loathing our own count. countdown to the final consumption. Countless hours spent mounting dam and accounts of the powers of beast still result in us attacking the weak. Gnashing teeth, bleeding gums, the walking deceased. Democracy is unimportant to ruling elites. Breeding evil every time that they speak. The abattoir is overcrowded and they're ready to feast. We asunder, polarized, losing income monopolies, have us fighting each other until we give up, hit up. Sound of the siren, tireless fighting every side of the divide, politicizing your life, and every life weaponized to be shot on sight. I'm only here for the fire. I'm only here for the fire. Another one for the pile, so don't feed the animals, motherfuckers, they will bite. I'm only here for the fire. I'm only here for the fire. Another one for the pile, so don't feed the animals, motherfuckers, they will bite. Yeah, they will bite. Ooh, they will bite. Yeah, they will bite. It's best if you just stay quiet.
Feel as I do that our great nation faces trying times, overwhelmed by inflation, swamped with bureaucracy, manipulated by faceless corporations with their expensive media campaigns. It truly seems a dark hour for liberty. But there is something we can do about it.
They don't know what's being done to them.
Faceless corporations with their media
manipulation. They're fascinating.
Against
Look at
government inflation bureaucracy. Against pollution of our environment and our lives. There is still time, there is still time, there is still time, there is still time, there is still time.
This is for you. This is for you. This is for you. Yeah. To the rent, brick city, flat, flammable, clad and working that 7-day shift for pittance. This is for you. To the single parent, single son, bearing single income, barely making the rent in a dwelling, melting the sun. For you, this is written. For migrants and women, shift workers who cry in the kitchen after witnessing ice-induced fits of violence, threats to your life, conditions of minimum wage. To the high-vis, high-risk work sites, not safe, out-of-date milk, refrigerated to save cash. Foul ingredients, fed to international students, docked back pay, lacking protection. For you, this is the class act. Whether you're famished or fed up, this is for you. Whether you practiced for that interview and got knocked back by bigots because you're black, fuck that, this is for you. To the labourer between pays, black dog bearing down, made redundant with no disability funding. To the pregnant mother cut off from parents living under the thumb of that welfare. 2 jobs, abusive husband. For you, this is the class act. For every working class citizen, par for the course. For you, these are the hard facts. Can't pay tax if you can't eat, can't sleep, can't keep holding back. This is for you. This is for you. This is for you. This is the class act. Can't keep holding back.
I live in concrete mazes, stone and glass, hard like my heart, sharp. No romantic illusions to change the world. I don't buy in myself. Love can cure because I'm all alone. You fought that every day you lived. You lied, you lied. You go to heaven. Suits you well. Shit.